welcome to Friday Waffle, coming to you a wee bit later than normal, i.e. Sunday or Saturday night, depending on when you're going to watch this, or of course you could be watching this in the year 2026. I might not even be alive when you're watching this, but anyway, welcome to the video, and apologies about it going out late. I'll tell you, just as you think winter is on us, you get an absolutely phenomenal day like today. It's currently 22 degrees, just absolutely phenomenal, it really is. So yeah, I hope you're all good. The reason there was no waffle on Friday was I was actually camping. Me and two of my mates, we packed up our tents, sleeping bags, beer, food, and we went up. It's a kind of nature trail thing just in my hometown. It's not about 10 minutes in the car, so we walked for about, I don't know, about 10-15 minutes, and we managed to find a little spot down by the river. It wasn't the comfiest, I think that's an understatement. The ground was not flat, and so I mean I didn't have a very good sleep at all, but good fun. You know, I love camping, I really do. Although I think as I'm getting older, I'm getting less tolerant of like bumpy ground, whereas when I was younger it wouldn't have bothered me at all. So yeah, we went there Friday night, and I was back in the house for about 9:30 this morning. So yeah, just got changed, etc, and I'm just heading through to my girlfriend's. So apologies in advance. I don't have, because I'm driving, I don't have any what you call it, questions. So the questions that you guys asked me last week, I'm going to pick up next week, if that's okay. So I don't have a real lot to talk about. I'm just going to wing it as I normally do. I'm talking a bit louder because I'm conscious that there's a lot of background noise in the car. I mean, I'm using the GoPro and it's not the greatest. I mean, the video quality is fine, but the audio isn't the greatest. It's not the most sensitive. So anyway, yeah, like I said, I hope you're all good. I've had an alright week. My work is just absolutely madcap busy, and it's not busy in a good busy. It's just busy from the point of view that you literally don't have a second to yourself. It's just constant, absolutely constant. It was kind of settling down for a while, but I think the big problem I've got is I went on holiday for 2 weeks, and the thing with my job is the type of job that I do, nobody picks up any of the work, you know, when you're off. They'll answer the phone, and you know, they'll answer any sort of immediate problems, but I mean I came back to just under 300 emails, all of which required action. So that's trying to get through all your what do you call it, all your emails, and constantly just be doing your day-to-day job. Now I'm going to look an absolute twat in a second. It's really bright sunlight, so I'm going to have to put on my Magnum PI sunglasses. There we go, that's a lot better. I can't believe how beautiful it is today. We're going to a sort of farm place today. I think it's like an 8 kids farm, so yeah, it should be good fun. Never a good idea to hold a bottle of water when you're going round a roundabout. Not at all. So, what have I been doing this week? Apologies again. I'm doing a lot of apologising. You notice that? Sorry for almost the complete lack of any emails. God, I'm still in the work mode. Sorry for the lack of any real videos this week. I've basically used up all the videos that I'd kind of had bagged. I mean, I tend to try and do like as many videos as I can in a week. When I've not got my daughter, I've got access to computers, so I try and do as many videos as I can, but I've basically ran out of them. I have been doing quite a bit of collaborating with Locosa, who you're all probably familiar with. He's a good lad. We have a lot of fun doing these videos, so we've got another two. Now, I know it might not look it, but you would not believe the amount of editing. It's not even editing, well it is, there's a lot of editing involved when I make these videos, but you've also got to do a lot of gameplays as well, because we're obviously talking about games, and then I'm having to, if I've not already made a video with the game, or Locosa's made a video, I'm having to play the game, and then I'm having to kind of edit it in just at the point we're talking about individual games, so it takes an awfully long time. It really does. To do these, so I've kind of spent quite a number of nights last week just editing together these videos. I've got one which I'll probably put out tomorrow, well, I'm saying tomorrow, Sunday. I'll probably put that out Sunday night, because I think Sunday nights are boring, and what better way to spend a Sunday night than listening to two old blokes slagging off games. You know it's quite funny. If you watch my Friday Waffles, you'll probably know I'm very proud to be part of the Play Blackpool event this year. I'm going to be doing 2 interviews. Myself and Novabug are going to be interviewing Andrew Hewson and his son. Now, unfortunately, is it Raphael Seco? Apologies if I don't know his name. He's had to cancel. He's not able to go along anymore. So Chris and myself are going to be interviewing Andrew and his son. That should be fun. That's on Saturday. So I've still to prepare the questions. You know, these things, trust me, I mean, I've gone along to these play events as a customer, or as a punter, whatever you want to call it, and you don't really appreciate the work that goes on behind the scenes. I mean, when you watch guys like Paul Drury interviewing, they're professionals. You just think they're just winging it. I'm not that good at all, so I'm having to make sure I'm basically having to prepare my questions for Blackpool. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I don't mind admitting I'm a wee bit nervous, because it's one thing talking to a camera like I'm doing just now, but it's another thing talking to 300 people. But the thing is, I do know that after probably a couple of minutes, I will absolutely be in the zone. It'll be really exciting. I'll be enjoying it. It's just the initial waiting to go out there to start the thing. But like I said, if you're going along to Blackpool, please, we'll come along and support the talks. And yeah, if you see me, please come up and say hello. I'm going to be there Saturday and Sunday. I'll be there. I don't know what time I'll stay on Sunday. It depends, because obviously we've got quite a long drive home on the Sunday, so I probably will. To be fair, I probably will stay to the very end. So yeah, like I said, if you're going to be there Saturday or Sunday, I will be there both days. So please come up and say hello, because for me, it's less about the games now. I mean, when I first went to these things, it was all about games. I thought, you know, that was why I went to these things. But now, it's meeting the people that I really enjoy. You know, you can't put a price on meeting old mates and friends. And I know there's quite a few guys I've not seen for a number of years going to be going along, so I'm looking forward to seeing them. I'm not going to name names because I'll end up forgetting people, but I do know that Lactobacillus Prime and Erwin, I think, is he possibly going. I think Gadget UK, I think Chris is going, numerous others, like I said, Novabug's going to be there as well, so that should be good fun. But yeah, sort of gaming wise this week, I've not been doing very much. I'll tell you what I've not been playing for a long time is my PS4. The last game I played in it was Resident Evil 2, and I've kind of got out of playing it again, but I've just been too busy. I think with my work, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't generally do overtime at my work because I don't get paid for it for starters. So why would I want to do that? But you know, some days just to try and get up to date, I will work on, but it can be so intense, the job, that I just simply don't have the energy or the, I don't know, I've just not got it in me to do any videos or to play any games. But aye, I will, that will return. I'm certainly not going off video games, that's never going to happen. So what can I talk about? I mean, I'm only 11 minutes in and already I'm thinking I've got nothing to talk about because obviously I've not got the questions. What can I talk about? I wish this was a live stream. The one thing I do find though is in the car, and my mate Lone Boys post 1975, Dave, you'll probably understand this, it's a lot easier to talk when you're in a car. I don't know what it is. It's almost like as if you've got somebody sitting next to you, you can just blather away, where sometimes when you're forced in front of a camera it can be a bit more kind of stilted and difficult. Don't know. What can I talk about? Let's talk about next generation, the PlayStation 5, or I don't know, is that what it's going to be called, PlayStation 5? Or the future of gaming, why don't we call it that? Yeah, let's talk about the future of gaming. Obviously, you know, things now they've moved on. I mean, we're already at the stage now where it's digital downloads. I mean, you buy a game, apparently there's been some games where you go into Argos or Asda and you buy a game on a shelf and all you get is a code to download the game. Now that's absolutely nuts, you know. Being an old bloke who's used to going in and picking up a game off a shelf, buying a code like that, you know, I don't see the point of it at all. But I think it's going to be the way forward, absolutely, and I don't think it's necessarily for the best. Will I be buying a PlayStation 5? My heart says no, but my brain says probably will. But one thing I'm not going to do, I'm absolutely not going to do, is be an early adopter, because the Xbox 360, I bought one from the off. Now don't get me wrong, it's nice to buy, it's nice to have a machine when it's just out. Not for bragging rights or anything, but it's nice to own a machine when it's right, you know, it's just out and you're kind of embracing the new technology. But I did that with the PlayStation 4, and I bought one game, was it Killzone, and I honestly never really used. I played it for a short period of time, and then the PlayStation 4 sat unused for a long time. Now I have played it a lot more in the last maybe 2-3 years, but nowhere near as much as I probably should, you know. I don't know, I've still got games. I mean, what's the name of the game? Red Dead Redemption 2. I played that for, I don't know, maybe 2-3 hours, never went back to it. I've got games which I've bought which are still shrink wrapped. I mean, that is just crazy, absolutely crazy. Why would you want to have games that you don't use? It's a waste of money. So as far as next generation goes, I'm not going to buy a PS5 at the start. I'll wait to see what the technology is going to be like. I mean, I don't know, I don't really pay much attention to modern gaming, so I've got no idea about what kind of spec the PS5 is going to be. You know, is it just going to be digital downloads? Is it going to be DVD based? You know, well, it's obviously you're going to be able to play online. That's a given, but I've got no idea about it at all. One of the questions I got last week was if you could build your ultimate console, and my ultimate console would be something that uses cartridges. I suppose in an ideal world you'd want a machine that you could digitally download, because I'm not dead against downloading, because when you get small games, you know, that are quick to download, then it's much easier to just jump in, download the game, and you've got it instantly. Whereas in the old days, you'd have to have sent off, you'd have to have, you know, placed an order with Amazon or whatever it is, or go to the shop and buy it. Whereas it's wonderful that we can just go onto this sort of virtual online shop and download, and you've got the game right away. So I'm a fan of having small games like that. Have I ever bought any big game and downloaded it? I don't think so. I mean, I don't know what sort of size games are now. I mean, I think it was a Grand Theft Auto was something like 60, 70 gig worth of space, which is an awful lot of bandwidth. Now I've got quite a decent broadband connection. It's not as good as the one I used to have. I was with Virgin, but they ramped the prices up. They put the price up from something like 30 quid up to 50 odd quid. And I phoned them up and I said, look, I don't watch your TV. I simply do not use it. So take away the TV. I don't have any need for a phone line. Don't even know what my phone line is, so get rid of that. So they came back and said, we can take £5 off it. I said, so you're going to reduce it to, like, I think it was 55 to 50. They went, yeah. I says, I got a letter about 2 months ago saying that in September you're going to put the price up by £5. They went, ah, that's correct. I says, so are you going to take the £5 off me and then the £5 will get added back on? He went, yes. I says, so you're not actually giving me anything off. You're going to take it off and immediately add it back on. I says, you know what, just cancel it. So I cancelled it. This bloody twat. I did. I cancelled it, and I've now moved back to Sky. And whilst it's obviously not as quick as Virgin, it's still quick enough. I mean, I rarely download stuff. I mean, the only time I download stuff is you get sort of, I'm a member of this really good gaming, sort of retro gaming torrent site. And you know, I'll get the occasional torrent off that, but I don't really download stuff that much. The big thing for me is the ability to upload. Obviously, I do upload a lot of videos, and also, you know, I download videos when I'm doing these, you know, pulling down videos off YouTube to use. I do want quite a good broadband speed, but my Sky one, I says, Virgin were wanting 55 and Sky are doing it for 29.50, I think it is. That's just the broadband. I think I've got a phone as well, which I never ever use. In fact, I've even cancelled my BBC licence. I have absolutely no use for it. I don't watch BBC. The only time I watch BBC is the Olympic Games, athletics. And I thought, it's not worth paying £150 a month, £150 a year, just to watch the occasional sporting events. There are other means to watch BBC, so I mean, I'm sorted. But yeah, I cancelled my TV licence, and I says I'm now with Sky, and it's fine. It's absolutely fine. So yeah, as far as downloading stuff isn't an issue. Even downloading a 60 gig game is not really, it's not a ball breaker. But like a lot of retro gamers, and I do hate that phrase, but it's a phrase that is pretty much known to encompass people like myself who like old style games. I like the fact that I can play my Vectrex. I like the fact that I can go and play Commodore 64 games. I like the fact that I can go and play Sega Saturn games or Amiga CD32 games 20, 30 years after the system came out. Will I be able to do that with the PlayStation 4? I'm hoping that in 20 years time, when, bloody hell, see the speed of some people going down corners, just absolutely mental. Can't believe it. That is one thing that I absolutely detest, is people speeding. I really can't stand that. I love the fact that I can still play all these games and systems, will play 30-year-old games. Will I be able to do that on the PlayStation 5? Is it going to be a physical media? Are you going to need an internet connection to use it? I mean, there's obviously been games in the past, and I'm not really an online gamer at all, so I'm not up to speed in online gaming, but not previously, I do know there are some games where, even though it's a physical media, it's a CD, it's a DVD, and even though it's not an online game, you have to have an internet connection to use it. Now, I absolutely detest that. I really, really do. Why should having an internet connection affect my ability to play a game that I own? That is my game. It's not bringing anything to the table. So why do it? I can't remember what game it was. Like I said, I don't know if other games do that, but I remember there was one particular game that had that, and was it The Sims or something? I can't remember. I really can't remember, but what is that all about? I want to be able to, I don't want to have, I mean, I could get to a stage in my life, it's, unlikely, I know. I could get to a stage in my life where I think, well, I maybe can't afford the internet, I maybe don't use it anymore, my YouTube channel's a thing of the past. Why should I lose the ability to play games just because I don't have the internet connection? These are two separate things. It's like saying to enable you to play this game, you have to have a car. Why? It's got nothing to do with the game. No, you have to. If you don't own a car, you can't play the game. And that's the same, as far as I'm concerned, that's the same with these games that ask for, and they require an internet connection to work, even though the internet part of it does not affect you playing the single player game. So yeah, if the PlayStation 5, I do think, I mean, we're already kind of there, we've got digital downloads, everything now, all these games, that's my pet hate. You play a modern game and it insists on you signing up to their sort of club, whatever it is. I don't want to do that. I just want to put my game in and play. I can't be arsed with signing up, because I don't want to be able to, I don't want to play online games. I'm not getting interest in doing it. So if I want to play a single player game, let me just put the game in, switch the thing on. I don't want to be played with having to register and be online and have an internet connection. So my internet connection goes down, I can't play the game. So yeah, my idea of a perfect machine would be one that uses CDs, DVDs, or cartridges, even better. I mean, we now live in the age of 256 gig on a card smaller than my fingernail. That, out of all the technology that we've got at the moment, from me making videos and uploading onto YouTube, that's quite mental technology. The fact that I'm recording whilst driving a car, that really messes with my head. It's incredible the technology we've got. But the thing that really blows my mind, biggest lot of all, is the fact that you can store 256 gig on a piece of metal, probably half the size of my fingernail. That is just incredible. It really is incredible. I mean, I bought myself in fact, I had a real big scare. I completely forgot to mention that. I had a really big scare last week. I've got is it 3 external USB drives on my computer, and one of them, it's called the emulator drive, and it's basically absolutely chock full of all my games. So anytime I make a video, that's the drive I use. It's got my game base, it's got every single game under the sun I could ever want to play. And last week, what was I doing? I can't remember. I'll tell you what it was. I downloaded a torrent. It was the latest game base for the C64, and I was trying to unrar it, and it kept coming up errors. So I downloaded it again, and it kept coming up the same errors. And then when I was trying to move files, it was coming up, can't find file, and I thought, don't start, please don't start. And I spoke to Lacosa, Chris, and he said that's not a good sign. He said you'll probably find that's your hard drive on its way out. He says what I would suggest you do is get it backed up to its sweet and get yourself another drive. So lucky enough, I managed to move everything. I mean, there was something like 1.8 million files on this folder, and I managed to move all of them bar, I think there was maybe errors on about 10 out of 1.8 million, so I could live with that. Excuse me. So I managed to move everything off, and I've formatted the drive, and I've put the emulator stuff back on it again, but I've got it backed up, so if it decides to fall over, it doesn't matter. But it seems to be working okay. But I bought myself a 4 terabyte. Is that 4,000 gig? That is mental, and it was 80 quid. Absolutely crazy. What am I talking about? I can't even remember. I've gone so far away from the topic that I was talking about. I have no idea what I was talking about. Yeah, sorry. I do know what I was talking about. Given the fact that we have got storage devices the size of your fingernail of like 256 gig, could we not somehow... I mean, the Nintendo Switch uses what, to my mind, is an SD card for storage. Could we not have an SD card that stores up to maybe 128 gig of memory? So I would love to see a console that just uses that medium for storage, and do away with downloading and all that kind of stuff. Maybe have the option to download games, because like I said, being able to download stuff is nice, it's handy. You know, you want to download a wee game. I mean, for example, was it Virtua Racer on the Switch? When that got released, I wanted it, and I could just go and buy it there and then, and I had it instantly. So, you know, for small games like that, it's fantastic. But I've got no interest in starting to download stuff, you know. The thing as well is, and if Microsoft and Sony are watching this, or Nintendo as well are watching this video, unlikely I know, please, 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 put a big hard disk in the into the machine. You know, don't give us a 60 gig hard disk or a 500 gig hard disk. The games that are coming out are like 60, 70 gig. So by the time you've put 4 or 5 on, you're running out of space. Now, I would rather, if I own a game, I would much rather have it on my computer ready to play. I know some people would say, well, you know, why do that? Why don't you play the game, and then once you've completed the game, take it off and then put another one on? Well, that's fine, but I want to have the ability. I mean, some games like driving games, you're not going to just play that until you complete it. I mean, you know, even with modern games, I still like to jump between them. So, you know, give me the option to play a bit of Drive Club and then jump into Resident Evil 2 for half an hour and then jump into something else. So, given that I have picked up a 4 terabyte drive for 80 quid, and I'm talking about it's the size of, it's a little one of these little portable USB jobbies, so it's tiny, it's really, really, really small. So there is absolutely no reason, to my mind, why you can't have a 4 terabyte drive in the PlayStation 5 or whatever it is. Don't skimp on cost. You know, for an extra 80 quid, I'm sure people would be quite happy to pay that extra money to get a machine that's got a big enough hard disk that they know that they can install maybe 30-40 games in it, you know, because when you put a small hard disk in, it's a waste of time. So yeah, that's what I want. So yeah, I would love to see, I'd love it if the next PlayStation 4, whatever it is, PlayStation 5 I should say, had a storage medium that was like cartridge based. You know, give us both. Give us a cartridge based storage solution and give us the ability to download, and maybe sling in a DVD player as well. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, rant over. Right, listen guys, I'm just about to arrive where I'm going, so I'm going to get going. So yeah, I hope you all have an absolute excellent weekend. Thanks to all the new subscribers. My sub count seems to have been, after my kind of moan about getting over, trying to get to 2,500 subscribers, it seems to have picked up quite a bit again. So thanks to everybody, all the new subscribers, and thanks to always for all my regular guys. You know who you are. I do really appreciate you watching it, guys. So as always, thank you very much for watching.